Hey friends, in this video I'm going to be checking out this Caydo embroidery machine. That's pretty sweet. I've never used one of these before, so this is going to be kind of a learning experience here. Right on top we have this embroidery screen. I guess you can do this whole area here. I'm not sure. We got the operations guide. We got this little toolkit here, a bunch of little threads, more threads, power cord, little cloth thing there, another little embroidery part. Looks like okay, tweezers, a little bunch of stuff for that. Okay. Up we go. Oh, and it looks like an adapter for different countries or whatever for power. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me get this thing out of here. This looks. Oh, it's got a handle. I'll just pull on the handle. That was easy. Thought it was gonna be something crazy. All right. Well, that's it for the box. Undo this and kind of check it out here. Let's see here. I guess I can move my little station back a little bit here. All right. Well, this should be interesting. Here we have, so the guy here looks like it's got some white string on there already. Check that out. Got a nice big touch screen right here. Guess we don't need that. CE01 certified, okay. It's been a minute since I used a let's see here. It looks like that's a nice big station since I used a sewing machine. Just gonna have to tap into some oh yeah, that's gonna flip over like this, and we got our plug in right there. Oh, okay, yeah, that was easy. If it doesn't go in there, you just want to lift up on this end a little bit, and then it just snugs right in there. All right, well, let's get rolling, shall we? We're gonna put the bobbin in there, which is just pull that out. That pops up. Our bobbin string is gonna go in this way. Okay. And we wrap that around here. Bring it around here, and there's a little razor blade. Just cuts it off right there. Slide that under there. Lock that back into place. And then hopefully we're good to go again. I'm not using the backing material. I think you're supposed to use backing material. I'll lift this up. I'm sorry guys, I'm just a little new at this. I want to get my logo out there. You can see I got the other one right here, got the C in the background, ETPC YouTube, everything's working fine there. So, oh my goodness. So this is not for this. This is only if you're using the bobbin to wind up. So go through here, under this part with a string, loop it around number 3, up through around that little black part in there, 4, and then back down. Under this little portion right here, and then through the thing and out back. Now let's do it. Okay. Should be a flawless run. It was just because the screen, it was getting too tight up there. So here we go. Okay, perfect. That was the whole problem. Embroidery complete. Now we're gonna do one more real quick here. So I'm gonna go to the screen. Okay, I'm just gonna do red because I'm not great at changing it. But we're going to go to home. I'm going to go to that. Okay. And I'm going to change this. Actually, we'll just switch it. I'm going to okay. And I'm going to switch the colors all to the red that I had. That way we don't have to change anything. And then I'm going to switch it around, rotate it 90, so it's going to be this way. So we're going to go that way. Okay. And I think that's all I need to do. That should be good. We're going to hit OK. And hit embroider up there at the top. And let's go. Hit the green button. And this should be a flawless run right here. Here we go. Then it says embroidery complete. Okay. So let's pick that up. To take this off, just press this back a little bit and that comes off of there. And slide this out this way, lift it up a little bit on the back. There's that little to clear it, and we can see. All right, so let's check this out. I'll clean that up real quick with my little cutter here. All right, well, there it is. So this was completely 100% my fault. I wound it up wrong like 4 different times. It was crazy. And here we have the nice clean one here. Then I did one earlier just with the white thread. Yeah, it's actually, it took me a little while to figure this thing out. You can download different patterns. I was trying to do my ETPC helmet. I really want to do that, but all the programs I found to convert the file from JPEG to DST or DTS had to pay for them. So I didn't want to do that, but you guys can see this is just an old ratty t-shirt, and I didn't even put you're supposed to put a backing on and all that. I didn't do that. So if you had patches and things like that, you can make a nice patch, you can embroider it on, or if you had some clothing a little differently, yeah, you can do all different colors, you can do the different designs. It has all these different features on here, so you can save them. I had some different things saved here. You can go to our designs, pick out which ones you want. These are already in there, so I could just take like that, and then you can go okay. You can make it bigger if you want. You can drag it wherever you want on the thing. You can make it, flip it, invert it, make it bigger, 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 bigger. Okay, it's as big as it gets unless you want the square, but you can see that, and you can just mess with it and do different things there. So if you want to embroider something over the top of something else, you could do that, embroider it, and then in the same grid, you could place your embroidery like that. So you kind of did a C in the background, and then the ETP C over there, and then the YT over that. So yeah, actually guys, it's pretty cool. It's not that difficult. For me, it was just like a little bit of a learning curve. I haven't used a sewing machine in a lot of years. I got confused with the little bobbin wind up on top and the actual threading. So you don't want that when you're doing the actual sewing. It's even when you're winding a bobbin to use in there. Other than that, guys, this thing works really good. The programming took me a little bit of time to get used to also, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with it now. I think it does a really good job. Like when I did this was flawless. This a bunch of different times because it was my fault, because I was winding it wrong. So what it was the string wasn't loose enough. So it was getting stuck up underneath that one little part, and it was jamming because it wasn't allowing it to flow properly, and that was 100% my fault. And then we did a nice clean one here. And like I said, the material's a little thin. You can definitely get a little bit better quality. You can change the stitching on this, all different things, different colors, thicker stitching, different things like that. So yeah, this thing is really cool, my friends. If someone wanted to start like a little business, maybe doing some embroidering, or just for fun, you wanted to make patches or things like that, you can definitely do that. So it's very cool. You have this longer one, and then it came with the shorter one as well, so you can make like more like square patterns or bigger ones like that. So very cool. Yeah, this is my first time ever using an embroidery machine. Took me probably about an hour to learn how to kind of get it down and get everything all figured out. But guys, this thing is really cool. Here we go. We'll try something cool here. And go. All right, friends. Well, final thoughts on this embroidery machine. Actually, it's pretty cool. If you were doing a little side business, maybe doing some custom embroidering on Etsy or anything like that, or you just wanted to customize your own clothes or handkerchiefs or anything like that, this thing is pretty sweet. Took a little bit of time to learn how to set it up and do everything. A little bit of a learning curve. I mean, if you're familiar with sewing machines, it's pretty much intuitive. But yeah, I had a lot of fun kind of learning out how to do it and setting it up and getting it going. So it does pretty much everything you would want as far as like embroidering. You can even download files offline, put it in a little USB and just plug it right into the machine, and it'll embroider those as well. So I had a JPEG file and I wanted to switch that over to a DST file, but none of the programs on there were for free that I could find. So there are other patterns you can find online and things like that. So it's pretty sweet. It'll pretty much embroider anything you want, and does a good job too once you get it figured out. So I was pretty happy with how it went down. Anyways, my friends, thanks so much for watching this review. I hope it's helpful. You guys have a great day out there, and I'll see you next time. I actually made this little heart pattern with my wife and I's initials on there, and just put it in a little picture frame. I thought it turned out really nice. Does a good job, and just kind of a cute little thing there. I want to put maybe something else at the top, but I think it turned out pretty good. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.